Okay, this is a video about making a Necron conversion, and this is going to be what I'm starting with. My figures kind of fall into three categories. The ones I know exactly where they are, the ones where I think I know where they are, and the ones that I have no idea where they went. And unfortunately, the only Necron figure that I actually own, that I bought out of a clearance box years ago, falls into that third category. So this is not going to be necessarily well, I guess it's going to be the ultimate conversion, because there's going to be no GW parts. What it's going to be is a proxy for Necrons. This figure is out of another game called Legions of Steel. It has a very Necron look, obviously, because it's a metallic skeleton. There is in the weapon kind of a place for that energy coil. So anyway, these are going to be my stand-in for the Necron warriors. And then I have what's going to stand in for a Necron overlord out of the same set, which is going to be this guy. And again, he is all metallic. I'm going to try and convert this into a Staff of Light. And one thing that's going to be a challenge are these bases. They're precast. These things are major hunks of metal. Got some damage in his other shoulder pad here. So this is what I'm starting with. And I'm going to go away now, see what I can put together, and I'll give you a little bit of an update when I've made some progress. Thanks. Okay, here's a quick update on what I've done with the basing. Nothing major. I basically just used a little bit of green stuff to put, sorry about the shaking, to put an edge around these things so that I could kind of sculpt in some shell-like appearance and take away some of the flatness of that precast base. If it's one thing that I've learned in life, it's if you're working with a time constraint, keep to the KISS principle. That's keep it simple, and if I'm dealing with others, silly. If I'm talking to myself, stupid, because I tend to be sort of less receptive to suggestions. So anyway, that's what I've done here to kind of, I think they'll work into the rest of the base once I get everything primed, and some of that stark square board game like look will disappear. Thanks. I'll get back with you as I move along here. Okay, here's what I have planned for the base. Basically just some the base itself, the bottom, was provided by Bill Terrainaholic. He sent it along with some Hearst pieces to see if I might be able to play around with them with some of my projects, and so I thought this would be a good time to bring them into play. The two rock formations are landscaping bark, and the one carved out spot with green stuff over there is where one of the two Necron Royal Guard will be. The other one will be up on the rock that is to the left, or maybe it's to the right by the time this thing gets uploaded, I don't know. But then the center larger base will of course be where the Necron Overlord will sit. And I'm starting to lean towards magnifying, good heavens, magnetizing these guys to the base, so that if my friends decide they want to pull these things off and include them in a game, that'll be easy to do, because I really don't paint stuff up for display. I paint it up to be played with. So that's a little update on how this little project is progressing, and I'll get back to you when I've got a little further along. Thanks. Okay, very minor changes, but then I am not a sculptor, and my 3D artistic abilities are almost non-existent. But like I said, I create my models to play with and not to necessarily be accurate representations of what I see in the fluff. So this is just a suggestion of what the staff of light might look like, and with a little bit of green stuff. And now we're ready to get these things base coated and move on to the next step, which is get them painted. Okay, looks like I'm at a stopping point for today. The base is primed black, and because they will probably be primarily silver, the two royal attendants or guards are base coated black, and the overlord, because he's primarily going to be gold, is base painted in kind of a tannish brown. And it's also the end of my day because I spray painted these and based them inside the house at my hobby center, so I'm in a little bit of trouble, and I'm going to have to excuse my bad choice with my wife. I will talk to you guys later. Here's a few close-ups of the Necrons and how they turned out. As you can see, primarily just, sorry about the lighting here, guys. Other than a little bit of color in the weapon, they're primarily just silver and black. And the two characters are practically identical. Just bent the arms a little bit just to change the pose a little bit. And this is the Overlord. Has a massive weapon. Tried to put the green glowing highlight, energized weapon. And then I'll give you an overall look. Okay, here's my final vid for uploading on the contest/challenge that seb1234666 put up. Asked me to put an entry in to Necron's conversion. As I said, I think mine is really more of a proxy, but these are my Necrons with a Necron Overlord. Originally, I was going to go back in and put gold highlights back in on the Overlord, but I kind of like the way the wash discolored the gold. It kind of makes it look like oiled gold. So I don't think these guys would particularly care about the aesthetics of how they look. But I'm not happy at all with the staff of light. I'll probably break all of that off there. I have the sculpting skills of a hyperactive 4-year-old with dried out Play-Doh. But you should still keep doing things that you're not necessarily good at. You might always have a happy accident and turn out something really cool, and you still may take your abilities to a little bit better level if you just keep practicing at it. So anyway, hope this is of interest to some of you. If anybody would like to know more about the game I took these figures out of, I can do a unboxing and show you what that looks like. Otherwise, I hope all of you are having some fun with your hobby. I hope those of you that are getting ready to come here to Indianapolis for Gen Con will have a safe trip and a completely enjoyable event. May God bless you, each and every one, and I'll be talking to you later.